You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Friday, July 17th, 2026. Good evening, I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. It appears there is a crackdown on houses in Pahrump that have a suspicion of selling drugs. Multiple agencies, that included ATF, Homeland Security, and Nevada State Police, converged on a residence on Comstock Street yesterday. A pit bull dog was shot and killed in the incident. News 25's Christy Willis reports.
On Thursday, July 16th, at just after 4 p.m., the Nye County Sheriff's Office served a search warrant at a residence on Comstock Street in Pahrump. According to witnesses, multiple agencies were involved in the investigation, including the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the Drug Enforcement Administration, Homeland Security Investigations, the Nevada State Police, and the Nye County Sheriff's Office. Neighbors also told News 25 that the home in question is known in the neighborhood for alleged drug activity. News 25 spoke with Sheriff Joe McGill while on the scene, where he provided additional details about the operation.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe McGill, and I am here to give you some information on an incident that took place this afternoon. This afternoon we were serving a search warrant based on information of narcotic sales at an address here on Comstock Street. As our SWAT made entry, we could see that there was a dog going in and out of the house into the backyard. And as the SWAT operators entered the backyard to check for anybody who was on the property, the dog approached two of our SWAT operators. The dog became aggressive. The operators were forced to fire and did strike the dog, and unfortunately the dog is deceased on the scene. The dog, here I'm sure you're going to ask, was a pit bull. I have a pit bull mix myself. This is an unfortunate situation, but it does happen, and we are investigating, and there were no people on the property at the time of the service of the search warrant, and there were no other individuals in any danger. Thank you.
The operation resulted in temporary road closures in the area. Nye County Sheriff's Auxiliary Unit maintained the road closures for several hours while investigators executed the search warrant and completed their investigation. News 25 will continue to follow this story and provide updates as they become available.
More news now. Nevada Democrats and the Secretary of State are refuting claims from President Trump's address last night that there are more than 250 non-citizens illegally registered to vote. Nevada has been singled out as one of the 4 states where this is happening.
Following last night's nationally televised address from President Trump, Nevada officials are pushing back on some of the claims made. The White House said that more than 250,000 non-citizens are legally registered to vote across 4 states, including Nevada. This has been alleged from the Department of Homeland Security. Specifically, the DHS document said more than 250,000 non-citizens are legally registered to vote in just the 4 states of which public data files have been reviewed. It also showcased the 4 states as Nevada, California, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. The investigation is expanding to include additional states. DHS also said it stands ready to support efforts to identify and remove ineligible registrants. Nevada Secretary of State Cisco Aguilar, who also serves as Nevada's chief elections officer, issued a statement on Thursday. His missive called the claims unfounded. He went on to say, Nevada voters deserve facts, not fear. The president has spent the better part of a decade attempting to manufacture a crisis around voting when there is none. The facts have not changed. Nevada's elections are among the safest, most secure, and accessible in the nation, he said. Nevada Democrats released a statement after Trump's address last night saying Donald Trump is using the office of the president to spread dangerous falsehoods about elections in an attempt to rewrite history. It is very clear he will use every tool at his disposal to rig our election system solely for his own political gain and empower an unaccountable ICE to ramp up their efforts to instill fear in our communities. Unsurprisingly, Joe Lombardo and Nevada Republicans are right there with him. The message from the Democrats goes on to say, make no mistake, no matter what lies Trump tells, we will continue fighting to protect every eligible voter's right to make their voice heard at the ballot box in November. Republican Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo promised that Nevada will fully comply with federal law enforcement when it comes to ICE and in any other capacity.
Well, it's hard to imagine with this hot weather, but Pahrump is currently experiencing Christmas in July, Friday and Saturday, the Bob Roode Community Center in Pahrump. Just about 40 vendors there selling their crafts, food, and more for any time of the year. You have plenty of time to visit.
All right, so we're here at Bob Roode Center with Raquel, who is the event coordinator for Christmas in July. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
Fantastic. Now, tell me about this event. Is it every year?
This is my first year having the event. There was previous coordinators who ran it before, but they've stepped aside from a few events, and I've stepped up for them. And to keep it running for all of these coordinators, all these vendors in the town of Pahrump, all the handmade, handcrafting people that we have some very, very talented crafters here in Pahrump that you wouldn't know about unless you came out to take a look at what we have and what we offer.
So how many vendors do you have here today?
About 40 vendors throughout the building.
And what time and day is this event going on?
Friday today, the 17th of July from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturday, the 18th of July from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And what can people expect to find here when they look around?
We've got bath and body, we have cottage vendors who are your home bakers, your jellies, your jams, etc., breads. We have lots of jewelry vendors. They're all so unique. We have some crochet, some handmade stitching items. You name it, we've got it. We've got paintings, everything. Anything that you can craft by hand. Christmas in July itself is once a year. I did host also the Spring Fling last June. I hope to have more events coordinated for 2027, but I plan to continue Spring Fling and Christmas in July as well.
And if people want to get in touch, possibly be a vendor, how can they reach you?
rosesaidnv@gmail.com is my email address. If they are interested in being a vendor, they can get on my list, and when I get dates booked, I'll send out the invites.
Looks like a lot of great stuff down there. Coming up, we're taking you to the Miss Pahrump pageant that's happening soon. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo, and thank you for listening to the radio simulcast on Ace Country 103.1. We're previewing the 50th annual Miss Pahrump pageant happening on July 24th at the Saddle West. It's sponsored by Saida Trudeau, and the young ladies will be vying for a scholarship. News 25's Christy Willis takes us for a walk onto the catwalk and has all the details.
On Friday, July 24th, Saddle West will host the 50th annual Miss Pahrump pageant, sponsored by Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. The pageant is open to local girls ages 13 to 18 who are entering or attending 9th through 12th grade. More than a traditional beauty pageant, the Miss Pahrump pageant is a scholarship and personal growth program that encourages participants to develop leadership skills, serve their community, and build confidence through public speaking, talent, and community service. The evening will feature 6 talented young women from the Pahrump community competing for the crown as current Miss Pahrump 2025, Emily Rodriguez, prepares to pass the title to her successor. Contestant number 1 is Kinley Smith, who is 14 years old. Her talent is dance, and her community platform is Kin's Kindness Crew. Through her platform, Kinley encourages people to spread kindness through simple acts of goodwill, helping create stronger connections both within the community and around the world. Contestant number 2 is Angel Martin, 17 years old and entering her senior year of high school. She'll perform a cheer dance and has chosen helping animals in need as her community platform. Angel is passionate about promoting responsible pet care, supporting local animal rescues, and encouraging pet adoption. Contestant number 3 is Ava Armendariz, 15 years old and entering the 10th grade. She will showcase a contemporary dance performance while representing the Women and Children's Center as her community platform. Ava hopes to raise awareness of the services available to women and families facing difficult circumstances while encouraging community support for the organization. Contestant number 4 is Avery Sampson, 14 years old and entering the 9th grade. Her talent is singing, and her community platform is the Avery Project, a local initiative that provides complimentary bicycles to community members in need. The project helps children and families gain reliable transportation while promoting healthy outdoor activity. Contestant number 5 is Natalie Soto, 17 years old and entering the 12th grade. She'll perform a folkloric dance and represents Paws of Pahrump, a local nonprofit dedicated to helping shelter animals find safe, loving, and permanent homes. Through her platform, Natalie promotes pet adoption, responsible pet ownership, and community involvement in supporting local shelters. Contestant number 6 is Aubrey Chiancone, 13 years old and entering the 9th grade. She'll perform a jazz dance and represents Aubrey's Animal Awareness, a local community platform dedicated to promoting animal welfare, supporting rescue organizations, and educating the public about the humane treatment of animals. The pageant begins at 7 p.m. with doors opening at 6:30 p.m. General admission tickets are $15, while VIP tickets are $20. Tickets can be purchased in advance from any contestant or by contacting the pageant at misspahrumppageant@gmail.com. The community is invited to attend this special 50th annual Miss Pahrump pageant to support these young women as they showcase their talents, highlight causes that are making a difference throughout the community, and compete for the honor of becoming the next Miss Pahrump.
The NHL released the full 2026-2027 schedule, which includes an outdoor game for the Golden Knights. Mikey has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Golden Knights officially know who's crashing their Season 10 party. The NHL released the full 2026-27 schedule, and for the 8th time in the last 10 years, the Knights will open the season at home when they host the Chicago Blackhawks on September 29th at T-Mobile Arena. Puck drop is set for 7:30. The new season also brings the NHL's first ever 84-game schedule, because apparently 82 games just wasn't enough to convince your boss you're working late. The Knights will also face the Carolina Hurricanes in the Stanley Cup Final rematch in December before taking on the Dallas Stars outdoors at AT&T Stadium in the 2027 Stadium Series. The regular season wraps up April 10th against the Kings. The Athletics also released their 2027 schedule, and they're still packing their bags. The A's are expected to play their final split home season before permanently moving to Las Vegas. They'll open the year in Pittsburgh before returning to West Sacramento, where they'll play 75 home games. Las Vegas gets 6 regular season home games, kind of like getting the deluxe appetizer before the full buffet arrives. The Las Vegas Aviators are back in action tonight after the All-Star break. They're taking on the Round Rock Express down in Texas, and that game is already in progress. Hopefully they brought plenty of sunscreen and maybe a GPS, because everything's bigger in Texas, including the outfield. And speaking of hot teams, the Los Angeles Lakers have been perfect in Las Vegas Summer League, winning all 4 games after going 2-1 in the California Classic. They've punched their ticket to the semifinals and will face the Golden State Warriors Saturday evening at Thomas & Mack Center. It's Summer League, where future stars are born, and where fans convince themselves every second-round pick is the next Michael Jordan. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. The Pahrump Theater Company is bringing Broadway to Pahrump. More details in our report.
Hi, I'm Morningstar, and I'm the director of Broadway Memories, and I'm here with my assistant director, Pearl, and we're bringing back Broadway into Pahrump for the second year in a row. We're bringing classics such as Cell Block Tango, Suddenly Seymour, and Defying Gravity, along with other great musicals.
And our show nights are going to be the 16th through the 18th at 7 o'clock, the same with the 23rd through the 25th. And on the 19th and the 26th, they're going to be at 4. You can find your tickets at PahrumpTheater.org and click on the show date you want to be there. Our tickets are ranging from $15 for adults, $12 for seniors, and $10 for kids.
Mm-hmm. We're located at 1266 East Calvada Boulevard, Suite 1 at the Calvada Theater. Hope to see you there.
More local stories and your very important weekend weather forecast coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Our resident rock star, Mikey Rohan. You know him and love him. Well, he's here to let you know where he will be shredding this weekend.
Hey there, everyone, come to my shows. It's gonna be so fun. Oh, hey, you caught me practicing. Tonight, I'll be at the Artesian Cellars from 6 to 9 p.m. I'll be playing bass with Bad Access, so if you're looking for some great live rock, come spend the evening with us. And then, this Sunday from 5 to 8, join us at Dry Creek Saloon for the Pahrump Songbirds Open Mic, featuring special guest Willie Bill Hiccup. Whether you're a musician or just love some live music, it's a great way to support our local talent. And while you're at it, check out songbirdsofpahrump.com. It's your place to discover local musicians, find live music around town, and keep up with everything happening in Pahrump's music scene. I'll see you this weekend.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam. We're looking outside of the KPVM TV studios, and we just had a heavy band. We just checked the radar. Heavy band of rain come through from Death Valley over the border. It's fast moving. We'll keep you updated in the weather forecast coming up.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Hello, Romy here on this ever so fabulous Friday. Let's take a look at our surrounding areas forecast. Fernley and Fallon, we have a high of 98. Carson City, Tonopah, Goldfield, we're in the low 90s. Beatty with a high of 100. Las Vegas at 99, and Death Valley with a high of 115. Currently here in Pahrump, it is 96 degrees. The high today was 98. Winds coming from the south-southeast at 14 miles per hour. Humidity at 30%, and the sunrise was at 5:39 a.m. this morning. And tonight, the sunset will be at 8 p.m., humidity at 35%, winds coming from the southeast at 13 miles per hour, and the low will be 79 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. We have a humid and partly cloudy week ahead. Saturday we have a high of 102, Sunday at 104, Monday with a high of 101, Tuesday as well. Wednesday we have a high of 103, Thursday it'll be sunny with a high of 104, and Friday partly cloudy with a high of 103. And that was the weather. Now back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you so much, Romy. Have a great weekend. And as I tell you every Friday night, there's so much going on the weekends. We are not on the air on television, but we keep a steady flow going on our Facebook page. So search KPVM TV News 25, search us there, search us on YouTube, and you will get all the updated, latest information. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight, the whole staff. I'm Chris Palermo, News 25. Make it a great, safe weekend.